Good morning, you guys. I probably should stand still. What am I doing? Okay, so good morning. I got some good lighting over here, and I have children that need my attention ASAP. So I only have a very few a few seconds to be here. Today, I wanted to share with you guys what I eat in a day, and I will probably show it, and then I will do a voiceover just because, like I said, I have some demands that I need to attend to. Maybe not demands, but I just have little people that I need to attend to. So this is just to say hello, and maybe if I have a chance, I will pop in again. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy and are inspired by some of these recipes. Okay, I gotta go. So we are still enjoying the very last few days of summer, and it is just sunny, warm, glorious, my favorite weather. So today I am making a creamy oats with a strawberry compote because we have quite a bit of strawberries, frozen strawberries, and I'll be topping that with the seed mix. So the seed mix has got pumpkin seed, sunflower seed, sesame seed, as well as flax seed. And I grind that up and I try to store it in my refrigerator for a week. And that's what I have been putting into my oats as much as I can. Of course, this has got omega-3s and 6s, so that's really helpful. So over here, I'm just dishing for myself and my daughter. My younger one, my little one, is currently taking his nap. So I decided that we were going to eat our breakfast outside. Of course, we want to get our vitamin D, which we want to be outside, get some fresh air, and of course, look at nature, which is such a great lesson book. Last time I briefly touched on 1,000 hours outside. Basically, we are tracking the hours that we spend outside, and 1,000 hours is how much is like the goal for the whole year, which if you kind of divide it throughout the days, then that would mean you need to spend about 4 to 6 hours each day outside, which is a lot, but it's just so beneficial for us as adults and for our children. And this figure has also been played against how much screen time children are getting these days. They're getting about 1,000 hours on their screens per year. So this is to counter that, to be outside. I'm not militant and saying no screens, but I definitely limit our screens as much as we possibly can. So yeah, the dessert that we made we made this dessert in the afternoon, actually after my daughter had her lunch. I didn't have lunch, but she had a lunch, which was just bread with avocado and tofu. So over here we are making cookie dough balls. These are no bake. These are basically date balls with cashews. They are so delicious, so delectable. Absolutely love them. This time around I used a different nut butter, which didn't yield the creaminess of like cashew butter. I used the macadamia and pecan nut butter, as you can see over there. So it wasn't as delicious, but I still enjoyed them. We still love them. And I just took what we made and I put it in the freezer, and some of it I put it in the fridge. And this we will eat as our dessert throughout the week. So this recipe I adopted from Plant Based Juniors that you can check out on their website. And you basically blitz the cashews and the oats, and then I doubled the recipe, by the way, and then you add the dates. Medjool dates are always best because they're soft, but I just had pitted dry dates and I soaked them in warm water before I put them in here so that they can be easily blended or processed by the food processor. Then I added my nut butter, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, so it's really so small. You could even omit it. Some vanilla, a pinch of salt, which I think I forgot to capture, and some raisins as well. And then you just blitz that up, and then we roll. I found this as a great opportunity to, of course, bring my child alongside me and for her to help me in the things that I'm doing, to do life with her, right? As opposed to always trying to give her an exercise on the side or like an activity for her to do on the side. This one is so much easier. But I must say it requires, of course, patience when we're teaching our children, because the way that they do things is going to be messy. It's not going to be perfect the way that I would like for it, and it's going to go slower. And then I decided that we were just going to roll these bowls outside. We're like going to scoop out our dough and roll it outside, myself and my daughter. And just look at that view. Look at those beautiful skies. Okay, so we rolled it out. I'm not sure how many we actually got. I didn't count them. But on what I was saying, I just wanted to finish that thought about my daughter helping me shape the balls, that when we invite our children to live alongside us, things won't always look perfect. She can't make a perfect round shape. And as she's making these shapes, she's also eating the dough alongside myself. But I remember that this is how they learn the skills. So through being imperfect, they learning. And what a lesson even for myself. How many times have I not done things because I thought I needed to be perfect in the process? And because of that, I've missed out on growth. Even through imperfection or failure, I could have grown. So I'm also just trying to learn alongside her, learn these life lessons. And we have come to dinner time, and that will be the last meal of the day. I usually eat 2 meals in a day. I will usually eat breakfast, and I will eat somewhere between lunch and supper time, somewhere from 4 to 5 aroundish. And for tonight's supper, I'll be making a poke inspired bowl. So I had this bowl, poke bowl as it's called, and it tasted so delicious. And I looked up the menu, which I actually should put on screen. Should I? I don't know. Let me not. But I looked up the menu, and it had a miso tahini dressing. And if you know food, then you know that the dressing makes the taste. It brings everything together, and that's exactly what happened here. So as you can see, I'm just chopping up some carrots and some beetroot. The original recipe actually pickled the beetroot, but I didn't do that. I didn't have the ingredients. I don't have vinegar to pickle beetroots, so I didn't do that. Something else that would also be helpful here is if you have like a spiralizer, then it would do different shapes, which I don't have. Like the cucumber, I just used a peeler, like a potato peeler, the normal peeler, to get it to look a little bit different. Otherwise I was going to julienne everything. So that spiralizer thing, really important. So over there, as you could see, there were carrots, beetroot, cucumber, as well as some spring onion. And then my baby is not well at all, you guys. He is actually teething. So I had to put him on my back, and he was so unhappy. And I am shaking, trying to get him to calm down. And so that's where I'm now doing the dressing, the tahini maple dressing. Pretty simple dressing, and it tasted so delicious. You just adjust it according to how much garlic you want or how much ginger you want. finally time for me to assemble the poke bowl. And as you can see over here, I had cooked some jasmine rice and I started layering, which is what's really going to make it look beautiful, and a skill that I need to work on, making food look beautiful. So I went in with my carrots that I julienned, and then I put in my cucumber, and then I'm going to put in some beetroot which I julienned, which I will try to pickle for the next time. And I also had some edamame beans over there, which are basically shelled soybeans. And I got this marinated tofu from an Asian shop, the freezer section from the Asian shop. Otherwise, you can, of course, always make your own and marinate it yourself. And then I also had some homemade sauerkraut using purple cabbage. And that's what I was putting in over there for some good gut health and fermentation. And then, of course, the drizzle of that delicious sauce. And I added some black and white sesame seeds that were untoasted. And that was it. It was so delicious. Chef's kiss. Definitely try it out.